き子供
大好き。
何人が欲しいの子供
Once you sign that military contract, you can't decide anything about your life.
Мы целый день перемещаемся на этой Супре, это его рабочая машина.
Gas, you're forgetting gas.
Ну понятно, да. Небольшие повреждения.
Mostly I carry a SIG, like a little SIG Sauer, like had AR-15s, AK-47. Lots of Supras though, everybody loves Supras right now. One of the rarest R33 GTRs you'd ever see. 40 million yen car. Yeah, before I was in South Carolina for a little while in America. Been to Germany, Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, all over the place.
Like how many years in overall?
About 8.
8 years?
About 8 years, yeah. Normal is 20. You stay in 20, you retire, you get retirement for the rest of your life. I couldn't do it. I had to be free. Being military in Okinawa is kind of like, it makes a lot of people hate Japan because everybody in the military is like under this magnifying glass, like making sure you're not doing bad things and no drinking after midnight, and you can't have fun in Okinawa in the military. That's why I got out. The moment anybody messes up, the higher up people have a knee-jerk reaction and ban you from even leaving your house. I mean, I get it, like people fuck up and they get like a DUI, they get arrested for drinking and driving, and then they would ban all military from leaving their house. Like, you can't leave your house unless you're going to work. Most of the time I lived off base.
Off base.
It's like people that didn't have friends or single people that didn't have a wife or something, like they have nothing to do, they think, so all they do is drink and then they fuck up and they get arrested and then they hate Japan. I love my time in Japan, even stationed in the military. It got me where I am here, so I didn't know what I wanted to do. I joined the military with the sole purpose of, I hope one day I can go to Japan, and then it happened, so.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to give you the, I joined to serve my country. I joined to come to Japan and get into sports cars and the Japanese culture. They have like a dream sheet you fill out, and if you're lucky and all the stars align, you'll get to go wherever you want. I just got lucky, very lucky. There's normal time off. You get time, like, I mean, a normal military day is just, like a normal day, like a normal 9 to 5 job. You really don't do like a military job until you go and deploy places, like Afghanistan, war countries.
Can you also talk about like salary?
You can find any military person's salary online. The good thing about being in Japan and the military was you get paid your base salary, which isn't a whole lot, maybe $3,000 or $4,000 a month. But then they pay for your house. So I had a 2-story, 4-bedroom house in Okinawa, like a big house for Japan, and it was all paid for. Like, I was in the Air Force, so whenever we went somewhere to like Afghanistan or something, that's when we'd get paid like extra pay, like hazard duty pay, hostile fire pay, things like that. So you can make good money, but not always. So many bases in Okinawa. No, I was just on Kadena Air Base right there in Shatan, and that was my main base. Yeah, it's the biggest one. That one is huge base. Have you been on it?
I think I'm not allowed, right? Or
maybe not. There's a few countries that people aren't allowed. I don't know if your country would be considered one of them or not.
Somebody will consider me a spy.
Probably. You're very restricted at times, and you have to follow a rule just, to the T, and it's just not fun.
What's like your everyday routine? Like, what you're doing? What you wake up and?
So I mean, it just depends. It depends. Like, like the Army and the Marines, they wake up and they go running. They do gym. They go to the PT. They do all that kind of stuff. And the Air Force is a little more relaxed. We wake up and eat some breakfast and go into work. And depending on what you do at work, I mean, some Air Force people just have an office job where they just sit at a desk for 9 hours. I was munitions, so like we would go to work, and if we had something to do, which normally you don't unless you're deployed somewhere, like when we were deployed, you'd wake up, you'd build bombs, and then you'd go to sleep, and wake up, build bombs, go to sleep.
Build bombs?
Yeah, that was my job in the Air Force, was building like the bombs that go on the airplanes. That was my job.
But they're not using it, right?
Not in Japan, yeah. They just practice in Japan. Yeah. But not like practice dropping, not practice dropping in Japan. I don't know, I kind of sometimes don't feel completely safe. You know, and I'm from the South. I carry a gun everywhere. Like I have a little permit that says you're allowed to carry a gun because I took a safety course and everything like that. Like I feel super safe here in Japan. I feel like you can walk down, you can be drunk at 3 in the morning walking down the main streets in Tokyo, stumbling, you can pass out. Nobody's gonna steal your stuff, nobody's gonna steal anything from you or take your wallet and your pants and run off. But in America, yeah, you're probably gonna get your shit stolen.
So you carry your gun all the time with you?
Like every day, like normal stuff, like going to the grocery store, going wherever.
Like what kind of gun you have?
Which one? Mostly I carry a SIG, like a little SIG Sauer, like had AR-15s, AK-47. AR-15's like the rifle, like the M16, like military.
Did you actually use it? I mean, like.
Oh no, never had to. Yeah, just in case, you know, like you never know what's gonna happen.
Кстати, говоря о вооружении и военных конфликтах, я совершенно недавно открыл для себя онлайн-игру Warface. Это динамичный шутер, в котором можно как сражаться с другими игроками, так и совместно проходить миссии в самых разных уголках мира, в том числе в Припяти и даже в Японии. Игра бесплатная и при этом с отличной графикой и запускается практически на любом компе. Опять же, что касается вооружения, в Warface более 100 видов оружия, которое соответствует своим реальным боевым аналогам. В том числе для каждого оружия можно открыть самые разные скины. Постоянно появляется новый контент, новые карты, новые регионы, новые вооружения. В общем, не соскучишься. В игре более 10 спецопераций, есть даже Припять. Игра действительно интересная, динамичная, постоянно обновляется античит, который не позволяет игрокам играть нечестно. Я с большим удовольствием коротаю вечера за Warface, что и рекомендую вам. Поэтому обязательно скачивай игру по ссылке в описании и получай ценные подарки.
You can't really choose. Hey, I don't want to go to Afghanistan. It's like, no, you're gonna go to Afghanistan. Like if you say like, I don't want to, they're like, well, too bad, you're going to Afghanistan. Once you sign that military contract, you can't decide anything about your life. you can request, but yeah, you can't really pick anything. Right? Yeah, of course. I mean, I rose in rank and I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed it. No, but I would have stayed in if I didn't have these opportunities here in Japan. But after Japan, I got stationed in North Dakota, which is like the very top, like it borders Canada. So cold. Like in Japan, I got orders to go to North Dakota, and I was like, yep, I'm done. I'm gonna get a job back in Japan and come back. I was stationed there for 3 years, but you have opportunities to where you can say, hey, I would like to stay 3 more years and double my time. But I didn't. I don't know why. I was being stupid. And it was kind of around the time that it was the beginning of 2018 when I left. So that was like when North Korea was like really going crazy and starting to like shoot missiles over Japan. I was just like, get the family out of here. It was 2016 or 2017. They were shooting a missile over Okinawa, and like everybody's phones were getting alerts like inbound missile, and I'm just like, all right. And that's what everybody in Japan is preparing for, is conflict with the countries in this region.
Can you really go back to military again if you quit once?
Not really. It's very hard. It's a lot harder. They usually just don't want you back at that point.
And you can get pension only if you serve?
Only if you stay 20 years.
20 years.
Or if you get medically retired. Like if you got injured in like combat or injured in your job. You know, like back in America, people are like always like, thank you for your service. I'm just like, I mean, I did 8 years and it was filled with a lot of partying and having fun. Like, thanks.
Сегодня какая хорошая погода сегодня. Сегодня какая хорошая погода. Как дела?
Мы едем куда? Инуяма. Префектура Айчи. Город Нагоя. Страна Япония.
Страна Япония.
全然だよ。
はい。
筋トレだ。
糸のからくりね。
いただきます。うん。もちもち、おいしい。
あんこ。
とよもぎの葉っぱが団子に練り込んである。おいしい。
眩しい。
眩しい。
デートとかだったら特にない。
デートは、まあ、こういう古い街歩いてもいいし、天気いい時にのんびり散歩したい。
食べ物食べるなら何食べたいの？
団子とかお茶好き。ジャパニーズだからね。いや、一本化だからね。
昨日全然日本人じゃないって言われたんですね。インド人に。
そうね、インド人に言われた。心はさ、ジャパニーズだよ。
Мы сейчас с Аои гуляем по старому городу, что-то вроде Кавагоя, только находится в Нагое. И я сейчас заметил, сушится белье в одном доме. Говорю ей, смотри, как сушит белье. Интересно. Она говорит, нельзя смотреть на чужое белье, потому что этим ты как бы оскорбляешь того, чье это белье. Типа он не хотел бы, чтобы ты на его белье смотрел.
Ninja. すごい。
Омлет, да? Омлет. Даси яки, тамагу яки.
おいしい。
Мою?
眉。なんかめっちゃ柔らかいし、出汁めっちゃ効いてるから食べてみて。どう？
美味しい。Омлет.
ジャパニーズでしょ。でもジャパニーズオムレツ。
あ、本当にうまいね。
よかった。それぐらい厳しいからね。なんか団子よりももうちょっと五平餅は団子よりもうちょっとね、米のつぶつぶがはっきりしてるから、団子よりもちょっと米よりの団子みたいな感じ。食べてみる？
好き？子供。
うん、大好き。
何人が欲しいの？子供できれば。
自分？日本はやっぱり教育費高いから。でも一人だと寂しいから2人。でもしも教育費とか関係なかったらもっともっと欲しいけどね。
5人とか。産める自信あるの？産める5人。
産めるよ。
産める？
まず。
自信があるね。
でも本当は病院とかじゃなくて自然分娩で産みたい。
どうやって自然で産むの？
自分で知識つけるか、その隣にその詳しいおばあさんとか。
あれ切らないといけなくなるでしょ、自分で。
そうそう。でもその方が生きてるって感じがするでしょ。地球？
ちっちゃくていいと思うね。
そう、あえてちっちゃいやつにしたの。大きいやつもあったけど、ちっちゃい方が可愛いかなと思った。そう。
いい感じです。
やった。まだかな。まだかな。
そろそろだね。
4分。
読んでくれるでしょ、多分。
お天閣でお待ちのお客様。
はい。うまっ。おいしい。すごい柔らかいし、味噌もうまい。食べてみ。熱い。 暑い暑い。五平餅。
全部似てるね、食べ物は。
そうだね。
どう？
あ、そう。おいしい。ごちそうさまでした。茶碗蒸しある。
茶碗蒸しある。茶碗蒸し、エビフライ、あと何？コロッケ、
パンクリームコロッケ。
魚、イクラ。来た時に寿司いつも食べたよ。
で、なんでもう食べなくなったの？
もう飽きちゃった。
飽きるとかなくない？
あるある。Прибыли на стоянку с битыми машинами, либо совсем в удручающем состоянии. То есть они даже стоят уже не в гараже, а просто на улице.
Rust is like shaking off of it as you do it. Ridiculous.
Тачки побитые, но тем не менее они подлежат восстановлению, раз уж они не на свалке, а все еще на продажу выставлены. Давайте посмотрим, что в Японии чаще всего происходит с машинами. Ну понятно, да. Небольшие повреждения. 86-й. Здесь тоже небольшие. Да, немного побит. С выстреленными подушками. Некоторые тачки продаются здесь практически за пару сотен долларов. Утопленник. Никто не хочет себе утопленничек взять японского. Мы целый день перемещаемся на этой Супре. Это его рабочая машина. И также он мне даст ее сейчас покататься. На ней, кстати, нет турбины, но при этом она очень неплохо едет. И, в принципе, стоит не таких прям больших денег. То есть около 2 миллионов. Honda NSX, которая мне понравилась, она продается за 6 миллионов. Как думаете, ребят, за сколько вот эта машина была куплена? Это Сильвия в 14 кузове. Я думаю, вы никогда не догадаетесь, за сколько она была куплена с аукциона. Пишите в комментариях. Это редкая модель, кстати, практически такую вообще ни разу не видел. Первый раз вижу.
This one is a Stasia, Nissan Stasia, so it comes with the same motor as a GTR. Like it's like a GTR station wagon. Lots of Supras though, everybody loves Supras right now. A lot of these aren't even USA import legal, and a lot of them are already sold. So people are like that one over there, the white one with the crazy looking hood. It's sold already, it's in 1996, so he's got to wait 2 years before he can import it to Hawaii. But he bought it already and it's going to sit here in storage. There's a lot of people storing cars. We have some people storing cars up to 4 years right now. Crazy. Because they want to get in before the prices get crazy. That's still a $35,000 car, but it's a lot less expensive than it's going to be. But once it hits USA legal, that's a built Supra with a big turbo and nice aftermarket parts. It's going to be worth, $40,000, $50,000 in a couple of years. Cheapest manual Supra, like if you get the non-turbo version, and we get it from auction, maybe 1.8 to 2 million yen. Supras and GTRs, like, good luck finding a good deal on one.
В первый раз я буду сейчас пытаться водить Супру на мануальной коробке передач. Посмотрим, как у меня это будет получаться.
A little bit of gas. You don't even have to do much. gas. You're forgetting gas. A little bit of gas. Now you can go into second if you want to. Second gear.
Let me just a little bit on the faster, okay?
Okay. Alright, come to a stop here, clutch all the way in, brake. Nice.
Hey, now
Okay.
start getting it.
There you go. Alright. No problem. Once you learn it though, it's so much more fun and rewarding than driving a Prius. It's like you're not even driving, you're eating, you're listening to a podcast, you're listening to music. Like in a sports car, you're driving and enjoying the car. This was like 5.5 million. The real GTRs are just ridiculously priced. It's like, quit trying to be a GTR, you're faking it. But like these, like I feel like it's okay because they're like classics and they're so cool and so rare. She doesn't know what to think.
全然びっくり
Всему виной американские фильмы, которые сделали эти автомобили слишком популярными и востребованными. Когда-то их можно было купить значительно дешевле.
LM edition. So this is another like one of the rarest R33 GTRs you'd ever see. Super clean, super low kilometers, lots of Nismo bars in from the factory. So people pay a lot of money for these because they can legally be imported to the States. And both of these have been sold already. 11-ish million. This is the ultimate god. This is a Tommy Kira R34 GTR, so it goes from the factory after Nissan and it goes to Tommy Kira and they fully equip it with like modifications, tuning, Tommy Kira, everything. A lot of different stuff on this one. But this is probably a $40 million car, 40 million yen car. 40. I mean, you can't find these for sale. This one's not even for sale. It's just the owner's baby. Obviously, mostly car stuff. That's where I focus on. That's what I've focused on for the last 3 or 4 years. It's all car content. I don't speak Russian. Sorry, guys. All English over here, but it's still a fun and exciting time. And
How do you feel live in Japan not speaking Japanese?
in Okinawa, doesn't matter. I think in Okinawa, you can walk in, speak English, even pay in US dollars. In Nagoya, it's a little more difficult for sure, but I think it's kind of helpful too, honestly. Like, you know, you go out and you want to talk to some Japanese girls, like, they almost find it, in my experience, when I go out with somebody who speaks fluent Japanese, they're almost more interested in talking to me because they're like, oh, he doesn't know Japanese, I can practice my English with him, and then it's like, oh, well, I'll practice my Japanese with you, and it works out well. It's sketchy when I go into a new restaurant that I've never been to and they don't have any pictures and I can only read a little bit of it, but I get by. And Okinawa, just like their whole focus is almost like catered to the military, so they learn English, they make it so you don't have to learn Japanese. So I kind of didn't take advantage of being in Japan for 3 years, so really I've only been trying to learn Japanese for the last like 4 months. So, and I think Americans are kind of lazy when it comes to learning new things.
Ребят, спасибо за просмотр. Сегодня в течение дня я читаю все комментарии, лайкаю самые интересные, поэтому обязательно пишите ваше мнение. А мы увидимся в следующем видео. С вами был Сергей Куваев.